Yo, what's up, guys? This is the TheInsaneGameFreak on Anime Real Talk TV. This is going to be more of a serious video. I'm not going to be yelling, mainly because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning where I'm recording this, and we just need to talk. This is essentially about the whole VIZ Shonen Alpha Mangastream Manga Fox issue. I didn't make a video for the Mangastream issue, but the Manga Fox issue came up, and people aren't getting it or not really understanding the full situation. So I want to explain everything and explain why VIZ is doing this, why this is, for the most part, this makes sense, and it's like you shouldn't hate VIZ for this, and the issues they do need to address and the things that are their fault. Okay, the first thing, for those who don't know, they took off, they told Mangastream and Manga Fox to take down the main three were One Piece, Naruto, and Bleach, because for the most part it's supposed to be in favor of their system called Shonen Alpha, where you spend $25 a year to get to get chapters weekly. The first thing people don't seem to understand is that it's not like you're not getting a chapter a week. It's just that the chapter you're getting has been out in Japan for 2 weeks, but it's still on a weekly basis. It's just like the 3-week break in Bleach is still in Shonen Jump Alpha, but it comes 2 weeks after it came, like when it came out in Japan. And a lot of people don't have an issue with that, because it's like we're spending $25 a year for 2-week late chapters, which to me personally isn't even a fucking big deal, but you know, people like to bitch. And the first thing I want to, the first complaint and the argument that people have is that Shonen Jump Alpha is it's like VIZ is just doing this because the scan sites are better. The only thing, if I remember right, the only thing fucking the scanlation sites have over the VIZ shit is speed. That's it. For people who don't understand, that's the only thing they have. A lot of people say, what about quality? Well, I'm sorry. If you're getting paid and your financial gain rests on doing a good translation versus someone who just does translation for the sake of it, I'm probably gonna put way more faith into the dude who gets paid to do it, because his job depends on him doing a good translation. So to fucking sit there and say, oh no, the fucking scans are better quality, is, for one, it's kind of subjective, and two, it's kind of bullshit, because as I just said, someone whose money depends on you doing a good translation is a little bit more trustworthy than someone who's just doing it for the sake of it, because they can be lazy with it, because their job isn't running on this shit. Their paycheck isn't surviving off of this shit. Okay, the second thing is they're better because they're quicker and this whole bullshit. And people are like, it's like, why are you're shutting down a site that was better than yours because you don't want the competition? Okay, first off, it's like, and then people are like, well, how can a scanlation site be better than the official version? Because the official version is shit. No, because the fucking scanlation site doesn't have to go through any legal hoops. I don't know why, but this is I actually had to go and do some research before to understand everything about it, but essentially people don't understand that VIZ has to get the okay from Shueisha. It isn't like anything VIZ puts out is their own product. It's literally importing and localization. That's what VIZ is, really. When you boil down to it, they don't make their manga. They fucking they get the okay from Shueisha. Shueisha gives them the manga and then allows them to translate it and allows them to put it out in the States or wherever they're located. That's what VIZ is. It's a localization company. It's not really a company that makes its own shit. The only thing that's purely VIZ is the translations. That's it. And they have to fucking get the okays from shitload of companies to take their shit and to fucking localize it. Scanlation companies don't have to fucking do that. Scanlation companies just scan it. And people are like, well, why are scanlation sites better? Because they don't have to get the okay from everyone. They just take shit and they put it up. It's like, well, it's worldwide. Well, of course, because they're fucking illegal sites. They don't have any hoops to jump through. They don't have to do anything in terms of like okaying it with anyone. All they have to do is get the fucking chapters, scan it, translate it, clean it up, and put it on there. I mean, it's just that I don't understand. I mean, it's a pretty simple concept. That's why the sites are quote unquote better, even though that's kind of bullshit. Now, a lot of people are mad that they're just taking down the sites, period. and that Shonen Jump Alpha, you know, is 2 weeks delayed, even though it's still weekly chapters. And I mean, it's still weekly chapters. They're just 2 weeks. They're just 2 weeks from the release date in Japan. A lot of people are mad at VIZ because apparently VIZ doesn't know what they're doing. They don't understand that people want their chapters now. I think they understand people want their chapters now. I really doubt that VIZ is that dumb of a company that they're not aware of a simple issue, like the most glaring issue. I mean, for God's sakes, when Shonen Jump Alpha first started, ever since then, which was like 4 weeks ago, it's been like a month now. All the main complaint they get with this thing is the fact that the chapters aren't up to date. And so people are like, well, if they know the problem, why can't they fix it? Well, as I just said, VIZ is technically a localization company. What does it tell you? That's usually everything they do. They have to get an okay from someone. Who's the person who gives them the okay? Shueisha. And you're probably saying, what? You saying it's Shueisha's fault? Yeah, it's totally Shueisha's fault, and I can easily tell you why. For those who don't know, Shueisha is not really that big of a fan of the internet. This has been it's an apparent fact, and they don't really trust us that much. I mean, Funimation went through some shit with that whole One Piece streaming crap, and VIZ is going through some shit now. Like, really, what this is that Shueisha doesn't want us to be. Shueisha has kind of this elitist complex on the level that they don't want us to get the shit before they do, even though we do. We technically get it before they do. Like, there are people in Japan who get the Shonen Jump later than we read them online. That's the problem. They don't trust us. They don't fucking want us doing that. And so VIZ and the legal way of doing it, meaning they have to get their okay. It's like, well, you guys are already looking at it beforehand. I don't really trust you guys to get it now. And a lot of people are gonna say that's stupid, and I agree. That is stupid, because Shueisha, you're losing fucking money because you won't let VIZ go forward this. But the other reason why is because this is a new venture. They're putting in money on something they don't even know is gonna work 100%. And as I'm gonna say here, Shueisha, you're not helping VIZ make you money if you're restricting on what they can't do. The most obvious thing and the biggest complaint with Alpha is that it's fucking 2 weeks late. That's the one thing you should have been lenient on. So I don't fucking understand why Shueisha's like that. And I do think that's bullshit. And then you're probably thinking, so why are they closing down illegal streaming sites? Well, it's kind of the thing. It's kind of like with Funimation did with the One Piece thing. The companies, when you have localization companies like this, they have to prove to the bigger companies that they're into this. Like they're in it for the long haul. They're dedicated. They do this by proving that they're willing to like actually fight for like a place online for their site. Henceforth, you start taking down sites that are direct competition with yours. Not necessarily because they're better, but just because they're competition, period. And they're illegal competition, and they're fucking with your sales. Because people don't understand. VIZ is aware that these sites exist. I mean, that whole bullshit argument people usually like to use about how the scanlation sites are helping their business. It's kind of true, and to an extent, because they do use that to gauge what series to like get from Shueisha and whatnot. But at the same time, they've always been aware of these sites. I mean, and people keep saying, "Oh, VIZ is so evil, they're heartless, and they're a greedy organization." If they were so fucking greedy, they would have just took down Mangastream completely and Mangavox completely. Last time I checked, both of those sites are still up. They just don't have One Piece, Naruto, or Bleach on them, but they're all still up. Do you see what I'm saying here? VIZ is in a rock, is seriously between a rock and a hard place. They can't push against the Japanese because they're the ones who give them the okay to take their shit, to use their shit. You can't fucking fuck with Shueisha. VIZ can't do a goddamn thing to Shueisha because they're using their shit to make their own damn money. So there's no way in hell VIZ can fight against that. So they gotta push the other way and gain Shueisha's trust to let them do what they want to do, which is probably give us the fucking up-to-date chapters. They've been pushing like hell since Shonen Jump Alpha started. That's because they realize that the fans want up-to-date chapters. They're trying to do that, but they gotta get Shueisha to give them some type of room. Shueisha doesn't trust it yet. They don't think there's enough data for it yet. So they're pushing as hard as they can, trying to show Shueisha that, you know, we get it. We're in it for the long haul. We're not gonna we're going to fight to make this work. That's what they're trying to prove to Shueisha. And so people, if you have beef, don't have it with VIZ. At least not for that reason. I go directly to Shueisha. Shueisha needs to know that the American fans aren't really happy with the way you have VIZ doing things. And you're probably wondering, well, why doesn't VIZ just make a statement? Because a lot of people were mad at the fact that VIZ didn't make some type of statement explaining themselves. I don't see how you can make a statement explaining yourselves and like indirectly blaming Shueisha, because I don't know any company that's okay with their like with a localization team like spitting on their public image. Like Shueisha should be like fuck VIZ in a quick minute if they were to say some shit. Mind you, I do think they could have handled that whole Mangastream issue better. I mean, the fact that Mangastream was the first fucking out of the two of them was the first people to say something automatically put them in a bad position, because the whole whoever talks first usually gets the most ground, and that's what happened. Fucking Mangastream talked first, has a worldwide audience, and VIZ didn't say a goddamn thing until like I think like a week later, and it was fucking horrible. It was fucking horrible. So in that aspect, they could have handled that so much better. They could have handled that so much better. Now, here are my suggestions for Shonen Jump Alpha, because VIZ, you kind of suck at public relations. You've always sucked at public relations. I mean, if we want to talk about anime or manga companies that are the best at that, it's Funimation. Funimation is like the best in terms of talking with their fans and learning what they want. VIZ, you don't really conversate. Even on your fucking Facebook page, all you fucking do is post up shit telling us about the new Blue Dragon that's opened up on VIZ Anime, or the fucking weekly Shonen Jump chapters on Shonen Jump Alpha have come out, or there's a new extra feature. I mean, the extra features for Shonen Jump Alpha are fine, but here's my thing. You're not talking to the fans. The fans don't feel like you hear them, because you're not really responding to them. I thought you guys were really responsive during the fucking glitch, but like in terms of just talking to the fans, that's what you guys need to do. That's the one thing you need to learn about fucking online anything. If you're a business and you're online, you have got to develop some type of relationship with your customers. People, we feel more comfortable trusting our money with you and believing in your product when you act like you give a shit. I'm not saying you don't give a shit, I'm just saying you don't show that you give a shit, because a lot of fans think you're evil right now just because you shut down some sites. And not everyone's gonna look up damn research. And the fact that you guys don't do any public relations damage control made it so much worse on yourselves. So here's my thing. I think Shonen Jump Alpha has a lot of problems with it that you can fix later, but the first thing you need to do is get this fucking speed up. That's the first thing you need to do. I think another suggestion I think a lot of people were pointing out was you need to make it like an online depository and stop this fucking. I don't mind if you sell the volumes digitally, but Shonen Jump Alpha needs to be an online depository. Like the biggest example is take what Crunchyroll is doing with their site and apply it to your own site. Have it where you can look at the chapters with ads on the side, or you can, you know, pay the $26 subscription fee and fucking read it weekly. I think that's something that needs to change. Mind you, considering all the shit you're going through right now, I think the first thing you need to do is just get the speed up. That's the first thing you need to do. Also, for the other countries, I think I've explained this before already, but the reason why Shonen Jump Alpha isn't in other countries is because, for one, this thing is only a month old. It's a fucking month old, and it's something new. They have never tried doing digital weekly chapters. This is the first time this has been done in America, period. So I wasn't expecting it to be everywhere at once. Hell, even Funimation isn't everywhere at once, for God's sakes. Like, people, the whole global thing, I do apologize to the UK, and the Australians and everyone else who had a VIZ Media kind of company based in their area and didn't get this. But the best way to show your support and to get your shit rectified is not to fucking bash the company, because bashing the company doesn't do a goddamn thing. You tell the company you want it. You make an outcry for it. You make it a need. When they see there's a need and there's a big enough response for it, they tend to want to fulfill that need to get the money they can. You know, that's my thing. Tell, you know, you UK guys who are so angry at VIZ that they fucked you over. How do you just expect them to get random amounts of money and just fucking rectify your situation? And people, and the other thing I'm gonna mention is this fucking self-entitlement shit people seem to be going through, where they feel like they're fucking entitled to the fucking manga that they technically don't need to get. Like, really, this is just a problem with today's generation, that we're fucking on this fucking egotistical everything for me now thing. And I understand the UK and you know, Australia got fucked up, and VIZ, I feel like you should have handled that better too. But then once again, that goes back to your shitty ass public relations. No offense, VIZ, but you've always had shitty ass public relations. Shueisha, you need to stop being such a fucking tight ass and give VIZ more room, especially with this fucking slowdown with the 2 weeks gap. For me personally, it's not bugging me too much, but at the same goddamn time, people, that's a major make it or break it point. You're losing money because you refuse to have shit up to date. Other things can come later, like adding an extra series, creating a depository. That's things you can fix later. You need to start with the basic things that are wrong now and expand upon that as the time goes on and you get more data. But right now, the most obvious thing to do is to get them to a weekly chapter basis. So Shueisha, for the love of God, you have got to realize this is 2012. Simulcasting isn't a bad thing, but this whole the Japanese gotta get it first mindset is not gonna fucking cut it. I'm dead fucking serious on that. And that's purely my basic ideas. I mean, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I need to address. It's like, the price point is fine. If anyone's bitching about VIZ's price point, like you can't afford $26 a year, you shouldn't even. How the hell are you affording internet if you don't have $26? $26 extra. If you don't have, like, really. But everyone's on this fucking entitled to me because it's online and it's free. And it's like the whole. It's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, and for you foreign people, you don't really. It's like all of this, you know, reading and scanlations. You could just, you know, talk to the distributors you do have. And I understand you foreign people feel like you were screwed over. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that was right. It wasn't right. But at the same time, you had like that these two sites are the only fucking two scanlation sites. Funimation is dealing. Funimation and Sentai Filmworks and fucking all the other streaming DVD companies here are dealing with the piracy issues. But they don't go around killing sites. They go around doing what VIZ is doing it. Why do you think VIZ is just randomly doing it? Just because of Shonen Jump Alpha? Yes, because they're trying to make it a better experience, and because Shueisha won't give them any fucking leg room. So they gotta make their own leg room, and they're gonna piss off some fans by doing that. But as I said, you fix that. If VIZ had better fucking public relations, it wouldn't have been as such of a negative response. But this is just my damn defense. I think there's a lot of things VIZ needs to change. I think Shueisha needs to fucking stop on this fucking old school mindset that Americans, that fucking Japanese should get everything first, because that fucking attitude is losing you money. Period. I don't give a fuck what language or what country you're from. If you're a business and you're losing money, that's automatically a fucking bad thing. So Shueisha, stop that shit. You're not helping VIZ at all, and you're definitely not helping yourself, because you lose the money you are making from VIZ. It may not be as much, but still. But the last thing I think I'm going to address is that VIZ is a greedy company. I want to address this because that's a horrible fucking accusation. If I remember right, we've been in recession. At least in America, we've been in recession for a while now. What logic of us being in a recession and VIZ being a greedy company and Viz having shit ton of money and they wanting more money. You see how that doesn't make sense? If we're in a recession and people can't get jobs and people are getting laid off, why do people keep thinking these fucking businesses are doing fine? They were doing fine. Like, really, it doesn't make any sense. How is it a recession and people and all the people in their businesses are keeping their jobs? Doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm just saying, like, that's just a general rule. So for fucking people who keep saying Viz is rich and Viz doesn't have the answer for nobody, they had the answer to Shueisha all the goddamn time. They want to get the new fucking One Piece volume, Shueisha. They want to translate the fucking Naruto data book, fucking Shueisha. That's how it fucking works. They're a localization team. They're not a goddamn company that creates their own shit. Everything they get is from Shueisha. You have a problem with what they get and how little of it they get. You need to make an outcry for it more, and you need to make your opinions known. I'm hoping Rodney will put the links in there, or either that or I will, to contact Shonen Jump Alpha, and I'm gonna look for if Shueisha has any contact links. I know they have a Twitter, but that's a fucking Twitter, and just let them know that they're fucking Viz over and to give Viz more legroom, because that's what it really is. And for people who don't believe it is Shueisha, why haven't we gotten the Sailor Moon anime here yet? You know, it isn't like the manga is doing bad. I mean, if anyone's looked at the fucking New York bestsellers list, Sailor Moon's been topping the shit out of that thing. Sailor Moon still has a huge ass fan base. So why aren't we getting that goddamn anime? Because the Japanese, they're so free with that shit. Why did it take us until 2011 to get the rights to Dragon Ball Z Blu-rays? Really? It's like people's like, oh, they released 6 or 7 copies of Dragon Ball Z, but we're just now getting Blu-rays. Kai in the fucking level point 1 shit is the first time we ever got the rights to Blu-rays. But I'm kind of just going on a tangent. But that's my whole thing about Viz, is that Viz, there are things you need to fix, but Shueisha, you gotta give them legroom. Fans, stop bitching about things and actually do something to change it, because scanlating doesn't help a goddamn thing. You improve, what do? You build up the popularity for shit, but do you create fans who give a damn? No, because it's been said many times before. If fans actually, if every fan who read scanlation sites bought one damn volume, the industry would be fine. Same thing for DVDs, but people don't fucking do that. People keep fucking going on this fucking idea that, yeah, I am totally rambling at this point, but just this one last thing. People keep thinking of this impression that you're building popularities for a series, scanlation is helping. No, the fuck it's not, because you guys don't buy. Not a goddamn thing. If you already read it, why would you buy the volumes for it again? Only real dedicated fans would do that. Most people just read the fucking volumes and go and read something else. It's just that goddamn simple. But that's it. Life's the gameplay to win. That's just my whole thoughts on Viz. Put yours in the comment section below. I hope this explains some things to you people. If not, and leave a video response if you have opposing points or thoughts. But anyways, this has been the Insane GameFreak on Real Talk TV. Life's a gameplay to win, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.